There are many reasons why your institution might be asked to take down some of your digital content. There might be copyright issues that you are unaware of, sensitive information that compromises someone's privacy or security, or content that's disrespectful toward the beliefs and practices of a culture. Because of that, it's important to have a policy written to help guide your actions in these situations. There are many things to consider when writing such a policy, so D-CRAFT has gathered information and examples to help guide you. First, you'll need to consider the audience for your policy. Is it an outward-facing policy for your users, or an internal policy to guide your staff, or both? You'll also need to consider where to host your policy. You might put it on your website or in the digital library itself. In any case, it should be easy to find. You may want to consult others for assistance in writing your policy. For example, you may need legal counsel, or you may want to consult with community members from marginalized groups who can speak to best cultural practices for items in your collections. Another important consideration is defining the purpose of your policy. Is it an extension of the mission, vision, or values of your institution or parent institution? Perhaps you can connect your policy to these. To be useful, your policy will need to clearly outline the type of content and actions that it will cover. What types of content will qualify or not qualify for a takedown? You'll need to consider profanity, depictions of public figures that might be considered insensitive, pornographic content, violent content, content that damages someone's reputation, and content that doesn't align with a particular cultural perspective. You'll also need to consider different levels of takedown. For example, you could remove a digital object from a public system but keep it internally. You could de-index or remove it from search results but keep it viewable by a direct link. You could offer only the metadata of the object for public view. You could restrict viewing to authorized people or groups. You could keep it publicly available, but with a content warning that it's sensitive. You could redact parts of an object, such as blurring a face in a photo. Or you could change the metadata to remove offensive or outdated terminology. Once you've figured out these details, you'll need to create a process for the takedown and think about how often to update or revise your policy. See the rest of this tutorial for some questions to consider about process and revisions. In addition to all of this, you'll want to consider ideas for preventing the need for takedown requests in the future. For example, does your donor agreement clearly indicate that the material will be published online? And does your institution have procedures in place to redact sensitive or private information before putting it online? As you can see, there are many things to consider. To help you with these, we've provided links to examples of takedown policies and a takedown policy template. We hope this will be useful to you when dealing with takedown requests.